Studio is Pastor Jason Hirsch from all the way from Texas, Austin. And as we were introducing Salt and Light, the program of Equip here in South Africa, from the heart of Dr. John Maxwell, to bring salt and light as a practical application from day to day life. I had the privilege to listen to a testimony that Pastor Jason shared of his wife and how she changed an entire community of not having fear to enter into the unknown and spread the gospel. Yeah. Pastor Jason, just tell us, that is such an amazing witness. Yeah. Please share with us.
Yeah, that's the really tangible thing and practical thing that we look for in Salt and Light is how is it effectively reach community, impact culture. Years ago, as my wife and I committed our lives to Jesus Christ, the commitment was that we weren't just going to be pastors in a church, but we were actually going to go and reach people that were seeking, searching, maybe in environments that are less than desirable. And my wife one day came to me and said, I think that God is calling me to minister to strippers. And I'm like, what? How can that be, And so with that, that started out originally through what was organized as the Strip Church in Las Vegas, 72 strip clubs and brothels across Nevada. And then we moved from there and we went to central Wisconsin. There was one strip club there, and my wife went and knocked on the door and met with the owner and asked if she could come in and if she could begin to work with these strippers, minister to, when I say minister, just develop relationships. It's about relationships. In fact, without those relationships, it wouldn't open the door for her to minister. Right. And so he said, is there an angle to this? I mean, what's the deal? I mean, what are you going to try to steal away all of these strippers from me and all that? And my wife goes, no, just here to love, just here to be help to these ladies in a hope a period. And so with that, my wife, every Tuesday and Thursday, started going in and taking cupcakes, started training up other ladies. And through about a series of 5 years, my wife and I saw 9 strippers come to faith in Jesus Christ. And my wife began to take and minister to them one-on-one, and then with a few, and began to talk through the things of life, began to do tangible things, such as teaching them how to cook, teaching them how to read, write, teaching them things that about how they themselves can manage their resources. And these gals, literally, as they experienced the love of Jesus Christ through my wife and through these gals, experience transformation. And that's how we see Salt and Light working throughout our communities, our regions, and all around the world. It's really powerful. And to me, as a pastor, one of the exciting things is when all of a sudden on a Sunday morning, you look out and you see sitting in the crowd, there is a group or some individuals that months ago were dancing and stripping and were living a lifestyle that was just harming them. And now they've given their life to Jesus Christ. One final real quick nugget is my wife knew and got to know the owner of this strip club. And he had children and was married, but he owned this club. He had a third child, and the ladies decided that they were going to gather all kinds of good things like diapers and food and bless his family. And they knocked on the door and they gave him all of these gifts and showered him with them. And we get a call later that night because he wasn't home. His wife had received all of these things. And he said some things that were just like,
why do you do
why?
this?
Yeah, why? My wife goes,
this.
it's because we truly love you. We truly love you. And we are here to let you know that. And he goes, no one's ever done that for me.
Right.
Nobody has ever, in all of my years of doing my business, my businesses, and all of that, ever blessed me like that. It was about 2 months later that he came to my church. And literally it was time. And he crossed the line.
Wow.
And he gave his life to Jesus Christ. And just so you know how salt and light and transformation works, relationships rooted in love of Jesus Christ. And that man gave his life to Jesus Christ. And that strip club no longer exists, has been torn down, and it has even been prophesied that one day there would be a church on that property. And the property now is vacant, and we're waiting to see what is going to truly be put on that property. And glory to God for what he has done in and through my wife and these ladies. But to tell you, to be honest with you, it really isn't my wife, and it wasn't these ladies. It was them being obedient to the call of the Spirit of God in their lives to go to places that most people would never want to. And so that's the story, one of the tangible examples of the fruit of what salt and light being brought to communities can do.
Jason, thank you so much, and please take our regards back to your wife, Angel. She's
I
indeed
will.
an angel. What a tangible story of practical application of materials like salt and light, where we get to know our own hearts, our own attitudes, our own abilities for relationships, and how we can better that, how we can grow that. This is why salt and light is so important. And that is the heart of Dr. John Maxwell and his international teams, is to bring change in cultures. My husband is a captain, he flies for the airlines. And I think the thing that to me is the most profound is they are constantly dealing up in the skies with the unknown. And I'm sure for your wife, that was the unknown.
Absolutely.
She did not know how would she as a Christian go into a strip club to minister. But this is what happened. We serve the God of the unknown, and he plants within us the ability to respond. Let's use salt and light. Let's work on firstly ourselves and develop those around us to be able to go out into the unknown and spread the gospel. Till next time.